The year is 2035. Major cities around the world are bustling with electric vehicles. Homes and businesses are powered by renewable energy, and energy storage technologies have enabled an unprecedented transition away from fossil fuels. This revolution in clean energy did not happen overnight, but was the culmination of years of innovation, policy changes, and a societal commitment to sustainability. The seeds of this clean energy future were planted back in the 2020s. Scientists and engineers made significant breakthroughs in energy storage that enabled greater adoption of renewables like solar and wind. Lithium-ion batteries continued to improve, becoming cheaper and more powerful. New battery chemistries were also developed, using more abundant materials like zinc, aluminum, and sulfur. Flow batteries capable of storing power at grid scale became more commercially viable, and compressed air energy storage allowed excess renewable electricity to be stored in underground caverns. These storage advances made renewables more practical and competitive. But equally important were new policies and regulations to incentivize clean energy. In 2021, the United States rejoined the Paris Climate Accord and set ambitious emissions reduction targets. Carbon pricing schemes were implemented in many countries, making fossil fuels more expensive. Infrastructure bills passed in the late 2020s contained major investments in upgraded electric grids, of charging stations and renewable energy projects. The 2030s saw the acceleration of renewable energy adoption worldwide, with energy storage technologies now able to provide reliable backup power. Utilities were rapidly transitioning from coal and natural gas plants to massive solar and wind farms. Electrification of transportation also picked up pace, with EVs becoming cost-competitive with internal combustion engine vehicles. Most major automakers had committed to phasing out gasoline cars. The transition was not always smooth. Some communities pushed back on large renewable facilities being built nearby. Fossil fuel companies tried to slow the shift, but were steadily losing market share. Displaced oil, gas, and coal workers needed help transitioning to new jobs, which required ambitious public policies. But the societal momentum toward clean energy was now irresistible. By 2035, over 70% of electricity worldwide comes from renewable sources like solar, wind, and hydropower. Oil demand has dropped sharply, coal use has plummeted, and many countries are banning new fossil fuel vehicles. Smart grids and distributed energy storage balance electricity supply and demand. Charging infrastructure enables wide adoption of EVs. Industrial processes are being electrified or transitioned to green hydrogen and biofuels. Homes and businesses now have batteries that store solar energy. The innovators who developed grid-scale batteries, electric vehicles, and cheap renewable energy generation helped make this possible. But also essential was a whole-of-society effort: citizens, activists, politicians, and businesses to demand policies and practices that supported sustainability. There is still much work to be done. Deforestation continues, biodiversity is threatened, and climate change impacts are getting more severe. But thanks to breakthroughs in energy storage and a societal commitment to renewable energy, humanity has taken a massive step toward a cleaner future. The coming decades will bring new innovations we can hardly imagine today. But the foundation is now in place for a low-carbon world powered by the sun, wind, and other gifts of nature. Subscribe.